right. There are some birthdays that are quite significant from a financial standpoint, and we wanted to cover those today so that you know about them. The first one, age 50. This is when you can make catch-up contributions for all retirement accounts. So that includes IRAs, Roths, 401k, 403b, even simple IRAs. The government says, okay, you've passed that milestone of 50, you're getting closer to the retirement age, so you can put more money into those retirement accounts. They change that from year to year. So each year you can put in a little more. Ask your advisor if you're unsure if you are maxing out your accounts, and maybe make that a goal because you are getting closer to retirement age 50. The next milestone birthday, 55. Now, there are two things that happen at 55. First is that you can make catch-up contributions for HSA accounts. We don't talk about those very often, but those are also potentially retirement savings as well as health savings accounts. So you can do catch-up contributions at age 55 for those, put more money in. The other rule is the rule of 55. Maybe you can take early distributions depending on your plan. If you have a pension plan, some 403bs, some 457s will do this. That means that you could have early retirement withdrawals as soon as age 55. This is sometimes called the rule of 55. And if you're not sure if this applies to your plan, a good place to start is your HR department. They should know about the benefits in your plan and what qualifications you might have to meet if you're thinking about taking those early withdrawals. The next age is 59 and a half. Don't ask me why Congress decided to put the half in there, just to make life interesting, I suppose. At 59 and a half is when most retirement accounts are available to you without penalty. So you can take money out of the retirement accounts without that 10% early distribution penalty, or trying to jump through some of the hoops of not having that early penalty. This applies to IRAs and qualified retirement accounts like employer-sponsored plans, 401ks, 403bs, etc. They basically are cash at age 59 and a half that you can take out. Yay! Next is age 65. Now, this is important. Most people know that this is Medicare enrollment time. Some people don't realize that if you don't sign up for Medicare, you might have a late enrollment penalty for the remainder of your life. Big deal, guys. That doesn't go away. So sign up for Medicare. Even if you are employed, you still need to sign up and start at least taking Part A. So it means that your employer health plan is probably still going to be primary, but you need to get into the Medicare system is what that is at age 65. You have 3 months before you turn 65 and 3 months after your 65th birthday. But if you don't enroll in that 7-month window, you could have a penalty. So make sure you're on top of that one. Next, Social Security, full retirement age, or FRA. Now, for most people, this is going to be 67, but again, they've kept it interesting. So it depends when your birthday is. If you were born before 1954, it actually is 66. And then it rolls in 66 in 2 months, 4 months, 6 months, etc., over those various birthdays in the 50s. And then finally, if you were born at 1960 or later, that's when you're going to be age 67 is your full retirement age for Social Security. Now, what does that mean? Well, you probably know you can claim Social Security before then. A lot of people even claim it at 65 when they sign up for Medicare, and that is totally fine. But at 67, at your full retirement age, is when you get your 100% benefit. What you're entitled to for the rest of your life. Now, benefits are adjusted for inflation from time to time, but basically you're kind of locking that in whenever you choose to claim. So it's a smart thing to wait until you get your full benefit. Also, when you reach that full benefit age, you will not get a reduction for working. So I remind people there are 2 reductions in Social Security. One could be based on age. The other is if you are still having an income, if you still are working. At your full retirement age, both of those dings go away. So this is an important birthday for you, whether that's 66 in a couple of months or 67 right around in there. It's good to know. Next, still talking about Social Security, age 70, it will not increase anymore. So we talked about your full benefit that you're entitled to at your full retirement age. At age 70 is your maximum Social Security benefit. It's not going to get any more. You might as well claim it if you haven't by that point. Age 70 and a half kind of comes along for the ride here. And this is also when you can start Qualified Charitable Distributions, or QCDs. Now, what's interesting is this 70 and a half aligns with what used to be the required minimum distribution age. And at that point, it made sense because a QCD means that you can take money out of one of your retirement plans and donate it directly to a charity without being taxed on the distribution. Really cool, right? So that was age 70 and a half for both the requirement you take money out and the QCD age. Well, then Congress changed the required minimum distributions. We'll get to that in just one second. But they kept the QCD age as 70 and a half. So bottom line, if you're making contributions to charity, that's naturally something you do in your financial plan. At age 70 and a half, you can start doing those directly to the charity from a retirement account and not pay taxes on the distributions. It's kind of a cool thing that you can do. So you could explore that. But when this really becomes interesting is the next milestone birthday, those required minimum distribution ages. So those are either 72, 73, or 75, depending on when you were born. If you were born before 1960, you have to begin taking your RMDs at 72. If you're born later than 1960, you will be taking those RMDs at age 75. It's a moving target. They might even change it again before it changes. Just know that in your 70s, you should be talking to your advisor about when you will be required to take money out, those required minimum distributions. And again, if you're charitably inclined, you could do that directly to a charity by a QCD and not pay taxes on those distributions. So kind of a cool thing you can do. Sometimes people ask me, why do we even have to mess with this? Well, the government requires individuals to take these mandatory distributions so that they have their tax money because they've given you tax-deferred growth all this time that they've been in the accounts. Eventually, the IRS does want their tax money. So that's why those are requirements. If you have any questions about these milestone birthdays, please reach out to your Shadowridge advisor. Let us know, and we're happy to answer those for you.